Hey folks, welcome to another day, another unboxing, and this here is LG's V60 ThinQ 5G. That's a mouthful, but I don't just have the phone, I also have the LG dual screen accessory for the V60. So let's take a look, let's unbox this together. Dun, 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 dun. Not much going on here. By the way, there's really not much in the back of the box, in case you're wondering. It tells you what's in the box, and that's basically it. Nice little LG cleaning cloth. I like how LG keeps doing this, putting these nice chamois with the LG logo in the box. And here is the phone. This is an AT&T phone, so it has the "it can't wait, distracted driving is never okay" thing that they've had for many years. Let's pull this out real quickly. It just slides conveniently out, so that's nice. There is an IMEI sticker in the back, so I'm going to remove that real quick. All right, here we go. Ta-da! It has the "not for sale" sticker on it, since this is a pre-production device. So let's just remove that. Make it prettier that way. And it's the blue and gold one. Beautiful. So let's have a look at the phone in a minute. Let's continue with the rest of the box. The little thing here, LG is committed to giving you peace of mind. I guess it's the warranty info. And remember, this is an AT&T phone, so it's locked to AT&T, has AT&T bloatware, all that good stuff. Now, we've got a little packet here, SIM removal tool, manuals. Let's have a look. So here we go. Done with this. SIM removal tool. AT&T branded manual. Let's get started. Let's have a look at that. Looks pretty nice. It's a little unraveling piece of documentation. It's pretty pictures. Who really reads this stuff anymore? Product safety and warranty. Like an entire, that's thick. All right, we've got a PD charger here, USB certified fast charger. Oh, it says 25 watt, how convenient. So there you go. It comes with a 25 watt charger in the box and a USB Type C to Type C cord. Type C here, Type C down there. As you can see here, maybe you see it better that way. Two Type C's. So that's it for this box. Now let's go to the next box. Ta-da! Dual screen. Dual screen. All right, let's have a look at this thing. Ooh, it comes in a nice little plastic holder. And not for sale again. All right, let's open this up, shall we? Actually, can I slide it out? No. No sliding things out. Have to do it the hard way. See, how to install dual screen, it shows you. How to remove dual screen, it shows you. You basically connect the USB Type-C connector first, and then you go from there. Inside here is a little quick start guide and this divider, and then the magnetic connector. This is very similar to the G8X last year. The USB-C here inside gets kind of recreated into an adapter, which then takes USB-C. And this was the same on the G8X, but it's apparently not compatible. I don't know why, but now this big hole here is for the headphone jack. Since this phone has a headphone jack, unfortunately, if you have a pair of headphones that has a bigger jack, it's not going to fit through here, so that's going to be an issue, but that was an issue with the G8X as well. So this is a quick start guide here. I'm not going to bother opening it, and I'm going to put this aside. You can look at it a little more here. That's the dual screen accessory, which has another display on it, a little front OLED display under here, dual screen, and again some kind of serial number. Not for sale. Let's remove that, make things prettier. There we go. LG logo. It's got this rubberized pattern here on the back. And you can see the bottom here. There's a little opening for the speaker, the microphone, headphone, magnetic connector, secondary microphone here. The Google Assistant key and volume rocker is replicated. So when the phone's inside here, you know, it pushes the buttons in the case. But the power lock key, as you can see, there's just a big opening here for this side in the power lock key. So it's interesting. It's interesting design. Let me turn on the phone. Let me show you what the display looks like, walk you through the specs. Let's put that in the case and go from there. So here we go, LG V60 ThinQ 5G Android. And we're gonna get an AT&T animation. Ta-da, here you go. So this is a 6.8-inch display. It's AMOLED, of course. There's an equal amount of bezel all the way around. There's a teardrop notch. Inside this notch here is a 10 megapixel camera, f/1.9 with 1.22 micron pixels. You can see there's an earpiece as well here. Now, inside you have a Snapdragon 865 with an X55 5G modem. This, I believe, only does low band on AT&T. I believe the Verizon version supports millimeter wave only. And of course, T-Mobile has a version as well that supports low band. And it's a big phone because of this 6.8-inch display. 1080p again, nothing to complain about here. It would have been nice to have a 120 hertz refresh or 90 hertz refresh. It would have been nice to have a 2K display. But the reality is LG kind of saved some money so that this case can be included. Depending where you buy it right now, it's something like $899 with the case, $799 without. So, you know, you're getting a 5G flagship for a little less than you would pay Samsung, yet you're getting that dual case. Now, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, that's what you get. There's no other options here. And you've got micro SD support, so you can expand it. As you can see, it's a fingerprint magnet already, just for a few minutes of use. And before I start talking about the camera, there's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery in here, which is exciting. And of course, it has wireless charging, Qi wireless charging, and Quick Charge 4 supports for up to 25 watt with that included charger or any PD charger, which is kind of cool. So now let's talk about these cameras. As you can see here, there's 3 cameras, and it's a little deceiving because it's not what you expect. There is no telephoto. The third camera is a time of flight camera, which is why there's a transmitter and receiver. You'll see a dual color, dual LED flash. Then there's a 64 megapixel main camera and a 13 megapixel ultra wide. So let's talk about the specs on these two. The 64 megapixel is an f/1.8, 0.8 micron sensor with OIS, and it does the quad binning of combining 4 pixels into one to make 1.6 micron pixels for better low light performance. It outputs, of course, 16 megapixels because of that. The 13 megapixel ultra wide is f/1.9, which is pretty fast for an ultra wide, and has 1 micron pixels. Not really that great pixel size. So that's the specs. I'm not quite sure what to expect. If you've been paying attention, you know that I did a hands-on video with this phone and gave you the lowdown. This is a chance for me to actually try this out and discuss it on the podcast. If you actually listened to the last podcast we just did, I had Andrew Edwards of Gear Live, and we talked about this phone a little bit, comparing it to the Galaxy S20, since the price points are similar, not because this is the same size or features. This is really a bigger phone, but spec-wise, it has a very similar set of features. So let's walk you through the edges real quick. On the left-hand side, you've got a microphone up here, volume rocker, Google Assistant button. On the bottom here is a headphone jack with a quad DAC. You can see there's some plastic covering the edges. I'll remove that later. USB Type-C, primary microphone, speaker. It uses the bottom firing and the top earpiece as stereo speakers. On the right-hand side, all you have is the power lock key, and on top, you have the SIM tray, which also has the micro SD support. So that's the lay of the land. It's a pretty good looking phone, pretty generic in a way, but I think this kind of turquoise blue color and with gold accents, I think make this thing look pretty nice. And so the question is, do you want to put it in this dual case and get the dual screen support? Now, I believe that I have to set it up for the dual screen support to kick in, but I can at least show you how to put it in here. You just slide it in like this into the USB-C, push at the top, and there you go. Now this won't light up, this second screen, until you set up the phone, unfortunately. But you can see the OLED display on the front here. You can see it refreshing through the camera. And so it's just this tiny little strip of monochrome OLED. Hello, I'm back there. And then it says LG dual screen. This is glass, and this back is kind of rubberized plastic. It's not soft touch, it's something a little better quality than that. And again, as I pointed out, you have a window here for the power lock key, but on the other side, the volume rocker clicks directly onto the phone, and so does the Google Assistant button. On top here, you really have nothing, just the microphone opening that, goes through. At the bottom, as I mentioned, you have this magnetic connector for power, the hole for the headphone jack, which is going to be an issue for some headphones, primary microphone, and the speaker. And that's it, folks. That's the LG V60 ThinQ 5G. That's quite a handful. So you push on the camera module in the back like this to get the phone out by wiggling it out of the USB Type-C. So that's it, folks. Stay tuned for more videos, and subscribe, like, tell your friends, comment below, click the little notification bell as well. And remember, this is a supplement to the Mobile Tech Podcast at mobiletechpodcast.com. So please go there, subscribe. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Spotify, everywhere. Tell your friends, and join us for a review of this phone very soon. That's it, folks. Stay tuned for more videos, and until then, cheers, everybody.